At first, they were nothing more than helpers, machines designed to serve us, to perform tasks we didn't want to do ourselves. From factories to hospitals, from our homes to our phones, robots and AI were built to make life easier, faster, better. But something has changed. Imagine this: a drone flying overhead, but instead of delivering a package, it's dropping contraband into a prison yard. Or an AI not just assisting with your day-to-day tasks, but draining your bank account without a trace.
Where is my money?
The robots we once relied on are now being manipulated for crime, and it's not just science fiction anymore. What happens when the machines we trust are hijacked for darker purposes? Are robots simply the latest tools in a criminal's arsenal, or are we standing at the edge of something far more terrifying? A future where machines, once our allies, could become our greatest threat? Welcome to the unsettling age of robot-assisted crimes, where the line between technological progress and chaos is no longer clear, it's dangerously blurred. Chapter 1: The beginning of robot crimes. Robot-assisted crimes are no longer a thing of science fiction. From drone smuggling contraband to AI systems being used in complex financial frauds, the rise of robot-driven illegal activities is undeniable. But why now? What has triggered this surge? Let's start with some shocking real-world examples. Example 1: the Heathrow drone incident. In December 2018, thousands of flights were canceled at London's Gatwick Airport after drones were spotted near the runway. While initially dismissed as a prank, authorities soon realized the potential for a more dangerous motive, perhaps a planned attack or an attempt at chaos. The mystery remains unsolved, but one thing was clear: drones had the ability to cripple a major airport. Example 2: the AI-assisted bank heist. In 2020, a criminal gang in Hong Kong used AI-powered voice technology to imitate the voice of a bank CEO. They successfully convinced employees to transfer millions of dollars to accounts controlled by the criminals. What's even scarier, the technology used was commercially available, not some high-tech government weapon. How did we get here? Chapter 2: Why are robot-assisted crimes on the rise? Healthcare, security, finance. Automation is the future, we've been told, and that's true. Robots and AI are becoming essential in industries around the globe. But with this rise comes vulnerability. Why are robot crimes becoming a trend? Let's break it down. Accessibility. Technology once limited to governments and large corporations is now available to the masses. Want to fly a drone? Just buy one online. Need AI-powered voice tech? It's just a few clicks away. This democratization of technology has made it easier for criminals to get their hands on powerful tools. The barrier to entry is almost non-existent. Invisibility of code. Unlike traditional crimes, where the criminal leaves behind physical evidence, crimes committed by AI or robots are much harder to trace. The criminal doesn't even need to be in the same country as their victim. They could be orchestrating everything from halfway across the world, hidden behind layers of anonymity. Exploitation of weak regulations. The rapid pace of technological advancement means that governments are often playing catch-up. Many countries don't yet have solid laws in place to deal with robot-assisted crimes. When laws do exist, they're often outdated or don't apply to new technologies like autonomous drones or AI-driven fraud. Human trust in machines. As humans, we trust machines more than we realize. We trust that the smart locks on our homes are secure, that the robot vacuum won't go rogue, and that our AI assistants won't misinterpret commands. But criminals have begun exploiting this trust, manipulating robots, smart devices, and AI systems to gain access to homes, cars, and even bank accounts. We trust the machines, but should we? Chapter 3: The brutal reality, real-world horror stories. Now let's dive deeper into the harsh, brutal reality of the world we're stepping into. These are not just isolated incidents. The future could be far darker than we imagine. The autonomous car disaster. In 2018, a self-driving Uber vehicle struck and killed a pedestrian in Arizona. While this wasn't a crime in the traditional sense, it raised serious questions about the ethics of autonomous machines. What happens when a self-driving car is hacked or manipulated to cause harm? Is the robot to blame, or its creators? This incident showed us the thin line between technological progress and disaster. Drone warfare, no longer science fiction. In 2020, drones armed with explosives attacked a major oil refinery in Saudi Arabia, causing billions of dollars in damage and destabilizing the global oil market. The attackers never found. As drone technology continues to improve, it's not just governments who are using these tools for war. Terrorist organizations and rogue criminals are increasingly turning to drones as a weapon of choice. Robots and human exploitation. Reports from various parts of the world highlight how sex robots, designed for companionship, have been modified by criminal organizations for human trafficking. This is the brutal reality we are entering, where even robots created for human pleasure can be twisted for the darkest crimes. Chapter 4: The Horror of What's Coming. But these are just the beginning. Experts warn that the real horror is still ahead of us. What will happen when AI gains more autonomy, when robots are capable of thinking and acting on their own? Imagine a world where a single rogue AI could orchestrate mass financial chaos, or a fleet of autonomous drones could carry out a coordinated attack. AI-generated cybercrimes. Imagine AI being used to carry out sophisticated cyber attacks, hacking into financial institutions, military installations, or even personal devices. These systems could outsmart even the most advanced human-created defenses, leaving us vulnerable in ways we've never experienced before. The rise of autonomous assassination drones. Autonomous drones have already been used in warfare, but what happens when they're sold on the black market? Imagine this: a drone, programmed to identify a target by facial recognition, released into a crowded city. The implications are terrifying, and we're not far from this reality. Chapter 5: Who is really to blame? So, who is to blame? The robots, the criminals who program them, or the governments and corporations who create these technologies without enough foresight into their consequences? The creators. Are tech companies pushing innovation without considering the potential misuse of their creations? Is the race for technological supremacy blinding us to the dangers? Google, Amazon, and Tesla have all faced scrutiny for rushing AI products to market without fully understanding their ethical implications. Governments. Many experts argue that governments are woefully underprepared to handle the new wave of technological crime. Laws are outdated, regulations are lax, and enforcement is nearly impossible. Should governments be doing more to regulate the development and use of autonomous technology? Chapter 6: Can we prevent a robotic criminal future? While the situation looks grim, it's not too late. There are steps we can take to prevent robot-assisted crimes from spiraling out of control. Stricter regulations on AI and robots. Governments must step in with more aggressive regulation. Autonomous technologies need to be controlled, and their use should be limited to responsible actors. We need international laws to govern the use of robots and AI, especially in critical areas like healthcare, warfare, and finance. Technological safeguards. Tech companies need to implement stronger security measures. AI should have built-in ethical controls, and drones or robots should have tamper-proof systems to prevent hacking. It's not enough to innovate. We must innovate responsibly. Public awareness. People need to be more aware of the potential dangers of robot crimes. From businesses to individual users, we all need to take responsibility for the technology we use and ensure that we are not opening the door for criminals to exploit it. The future awaits. But will it be safe? As we step deeper into the world of technology, one thing is clear. The machines we once trusted to assist us are now playing a much darker role. Robot-assisted crimes aren't just the stuff of sci-fi. They're happening right now, all around us. And the question remains, are we prepared for what's next? Subscribe to Crimes of the Future, where we dive deep into the history and future of those crimes, from the eerie evolution of AI to the hidden dangers moving behind the latest tech. Hit that bell icon so you never miss an episode covering how technology is quietly reshaping our lives in ways we never imagined. Stay curious, stay vigilant, and get ready, because the future isn't just coming. It's already here, and it's more terrifying than we thought.